Hello, hello. This is Kristen Codes. I'm coding every day until I become a web developer. I'm pretty sure I'll be coding every day and posting it even after that. What's up? How's it going? How is it going? Hope it is going great for you. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I love it. It's from a Thanksgiving picture that we took together. What was I doing? I got sidetracked. Okay. Oh yeah. I was posting this in the Discord. Your New Year's Eve and New Year's Day went great. I hope it did. So, is it in the not Christian? My bad. And everyone, I'm streaming. Day 51. New Year's Day. Then I will go to my phone. That's good. I'm glad it was good. It was good for you. Glad it was good for you, homie. It's great to hear. See, so we're gonna share this. So today we will be doing more of the character counter, because I gotta finish that by either today, tomorrow, or Saturday, because Saturday is our beginning of the weeks. I'm just send this out. I decided maybe I should start my streams saying something profound or something, or some lesson that I have learned. And so I guess what I want to say is to all my people out there is trust your intuition, please. Recently, I had a eyebrow raise moment recently, and I could tell there was a disturbance in the force, but I was like, let me wait and see, and I was right. And then I was like, well, let me see if I can remedy it, and my intuition was still screaming, and I just took care of it. So I advise everyone to just go ahead, take care of those things, so it doesn't become something even bigger later on. And that's my my 2 cents for today. So what I'm gonna do is put this over here. I'll check the chat periodically. Man, it would be so nice if I had a third screen. My God. Like even a vertical screen. I don't have enough desk space for it anyway, but it would be cool. Maybe right there. Anyway. So, where were we? So the other day we were doing a character counter, and if y'all don't know about the character counter, well, first let me do something for you guys right quick. Um, All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So I guess I'm gonna start every stream off like this because people have the same questions every time I start. This might be a longer stream too. So right now we're working on the character counter. If you're curious about where we are, there's a roadmap. We're currently on week 1. So here's the learning roadmap, and you can find it here. Once you go to the learning roadmap, you can go to week 1, and the project that we're working on is the character counter, and you can press that, and then, oh, what's happening? Room homepage. Oh, cool. All right, and you can see this. Okay, so that's the project that we're working on. All right, so I think that should be. So I'm gonna just copy and paste that because I think. Okay. If you want to know how long I've been coding for, I'm gonna answer all these. I need to post this in the description. I'm gonna start posting this in the description. You want to know how long I've been coding for? You can go here, right? You can see I made my first commit on August 30th, and it was kind of sporadic after that, and then became a little bit more consistent. How long do I study every day? I don't worry about that. I try to stream for an hour or more. These days it's 2 hours, so maybe that's 2 hours of studying every day. And then throughout the day I'll watch videos and do different little lessons. My goal is to build up to 4 hours every day. Do I code at night? Yes, I do code at night. It is currently I guess what would you consider it? 20? I don't know if you're in another country, but it's 21:37 here. So it's nighttime. So I do like to code at night. Oh, you're from Austin? Okay, I thought you were from. So I was giving you like 24-hour clock. Well, then you know it's 9:37. So so yeah, I do code at night. I'll code through any time of the day, but for some reason I use 24-hour time though. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, cool. And so let me see if I answered all the questions that people ask me. How do you get started? You just start. How do you get started? You just start. You should upload to GitHub resources, free code camp. Free code camp. Jonas Smith. I don't know how to spell it. Yes, this guy has some good courses. Oh crap, that URL is too long. Why do we have to add all that to the URL? Can't we just have nice URLs? Yeah, Udemy is really popular. Recently, I started using a Chinese app called Bilibili. And once I started using Bilibili, I learned that most of the courses that we have here are uploaded there, like, and people just watch them like it's nothing. Like it's not even copyrighted out there. They just I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So Bilibili is a Chinese equivalent to YouTube. I will not click this link on my computer. Other resources, we have the Odin project. Yeah, I like Bilibili, but they have a course on there. Like if you type in JavaScript, that's the first thing I search for, among other things. I searched for, okay, this is a regular link. This is another. I hope when people come here that they see the history of the chat, because I'm not going to repeat myself every stream. What camera am I using? Camera. Face cam. Is there a share icon? How do y'all not have a share icon? I don't want to give people. That's the camera that I'm using. All right. And I think that is usually all the questions that I get. Oh, I study for 2 hours or more a day. I am 34 years old, because people always ask that. Okay, I thought I put it right here somewhere. I thought I put that I was 34 right here. Okay, all right. Now that we got all that out of the way, yeah, Billy Billy has a whole bunch of stuff on it. I might actually start uploading to Billy Billy. I think that would be crazy, but I'm kind of scared. But I think I want to try new things and stuff. So anyway, so now that we got all of that good stuff out of the way, right? Yeah, that would be sick. I said I wanted to learn Chinese this year. I should start. Okay, I should definitely do that. All right. So now that we got all of that good stuff out of the way, as you can see, we're doing our character counter. I guess I can do a code explanation just to show people what we're doing, where we're doing it, and how we're doing it. Okay, so I created the first thing I did usually is I create, in a project where I already have the design file, like on, oh, let me add that one because people are going to be like, well, what's the other one that you learned from? Um, all right, front end mentor. I use that. All right, so with a project where I already had the design file, like this one, I let me know if my speaking volume is too loud or if the music is too loud. So usually what I do is I'll look at the actual Figma file. I'll look at the design of the file to see what type of stuff I need to set up in the HTML. But usually when I have a design document already, like the front end mentor provides, I will start creating the colors because they'll give you default colors and then they give you text presets. So I'll create all of that. Then I'll begin to look at the file. So the next thing I do is we're gonna wait for Figma to load. Okay, so here's the design, right? I try to visually break it up. So for example, what I see is I see that there's a main container, right? And I want to know, and I already know that's 1440, right? And then there's this smaller container that's 990. So I know there's a smaller container. So I usually create a container that's 990 pixels in width, right? Height 100% of the HTML. And the HTML and body is already set to 100% somewhere. I use a CSS reset. So the CSS reset that I use is by Josh Como. CSS reset is by Josh Como. Here's that. That's that. And so what I'll do is I'll look and I'll say, okay, so visually, I already know I want to use Flexbox, right? And I know that Flexbox usually, you have your flex items. And so I'm thinking of what I can group. So I have my header here. I have my like hero title text here. Then I have a text area here. And then I have these. So I'm going to group all of this together. I group all of this together. And then I'm like, okay, well, I got this bottom part. And I group all of this together. But then I divide it into two different sections. Okay. So that's representative. You can see that in the so right here I have a header, I have my title, header, title, close the title. I have my text input container, right? So the text input container. I have my results cards. Well, actually I have a results div, so I called all of this results. And in the results, I have the cards. which are these. So you can see the cards right here. And then I have the letter density container, which shows the number of letters for each one. And let me close that right quick. And then I'll close the results. So that's usually how I'll structure it. So it's in this nice little header, title, text input container, results. And that's how I think about it. So after I do all of that, I try to start styling it. So I start styling it. I start going through each element. I start from the top to the bottom. And you can see that here. So I start from the top to the bottom. This is wrong right here. There should be some margin, because if you look in the design file, you can see that there's some, well, there's some type of padding. There's some type of space between the top and the bottom of this. So it's not supposed to be flush with the top. Like it's, where am I? Like it's flush right here. That's not right. So they need some space. Then I went here, and you know, sometimes there's some things that I have trouble with, like for example, the exclude spaces, set character limit and stuff. So right now what I'm working on is making sure that it is counting all the vowels effectively. So after I get all the visuals together, right? I got the visuals together. The next thing to do is the script, the JavaScript. And so JavaScript is something I'm currently learning, and I'm having a lot of fun learning it. But it does have its issues from time to time. So the way usually, and I don't know, because I did some Unity programming, and usually we define variables at the top. I don't know if other people do that, but the first thing I try to do is, I think of it like those old school. Let me look it up right quick. I'm gonna tell you. Old telephone. Okay, yeah, I found it. So back in the day, they used to connect calls like this. Y'all see that? They used to connect the calls like this. They have all these wires, and they would connect them. See? And that's what I think. That's the relationship between the JavaScript and the HTML. Like I feel like I'm just connecting things. So the first thing I try to do is connect, and I build those connections by saying like, okay, I'm going to grab this particular element. I'm going to grab the user input, and the user input in this case is on the text input container. Hopefully I'm not, hold on, am I in the way of it? No, we're good, we're good. We got the text input container. So like I say, okay, so I say get element by ID. So the element with the ID user input should be this one right here. It is the text input container. We have some lorem ipsum text in it right now, just some placeholder text. And I do my connections and stuff. I also, as I learn, for example, if you look on previous streams, I've been learning destructuring and different ways to do that. So you'll see me try to implement new things that I've learned. So for example, right here, we have the user input.text content, which is a string, and we unpack it into an, we use the spread operator to spread it inside of an array, and we console.log that, and just to see if it worked, and it did work. So I'm just gonna comment that out and just put this worked. And then right here I have const packed user input equals the array with the text content that's going to be in here spread out, right? And so that will give me each individual letter. What I did in this project was, and I kind of like doing this, and I do this in a lot of projects, I try to think of my code like I like to group my functions into an object, especially if those functions, you know, are related to a general idea. So we're analyzing text, and if I built an analyze text machine in this context, what would it need? And it needs a character counter, a word counter, a sentence counter, a density counter. It needs to know which vowels it can. So we have a object that holds the type of vowels. So here's a vowels list. Here's the current character count, word count, sentence count. So if we go to the character counter, it says, and let me know if I'm boring y'all, because I don't want to be boring y'all and stuff. Honestly, I think I'm okay with boring y'all, because I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep boring y'all. Y'all going to be bored today. Let's see. All right. So the next thing, you're not going, okay, thanks. All right, I'm going to keep going. So for example, you can see in each one of these, I put ARR, explaining that it is good, and I agree with organizing like that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I really like the idea of putting of the idea of building machines and having machines having functionality, and putting that functionality in each, like each machine has its own function and it coordinates with other machines and this and that and that and the other. So what I did was, so like for example, this character counter function, this is another example of when I say ARR right here, which to me tells me that I'm going to put an array there. JavaScript doesn't have strict typing. TypeScript does. So I do what I have to do to remember that. So this is going to be an array. And in this array, we're going to place probably, I think, packed user input. Let me see. Yeah, packed user input. So the whole point of this is to analyze the text and to analyze each character. So we're going to do array. We're going to take that array. We're going to do for each. This is a we're going to take the element. It iterates through each element in the array, and we're going to check whether it's a space or not. And if it's not a space, then we're going to increase the character count. So that's the character counter. So now we have the word counter. So the word counter is going to take a string, and it's going to say, let me see, because I think I was talking about this on stream yesterday, because I think I was thinking of this incorrectly. So this dot word count plus equals string dot split. I learned what string dot split was the other day. So string dot split, I think, returns an array. So if I go to split, we're gonna pull up the MDN. The movie Split came up when I did that. So if we pull up the documentation, you can see the split method of string values takes a pattern and divides this string into an ordered list of substrings by searching for the pattern, puts these substrings into an array, and returns the array. So the pattern is what we put in the parentheses. So the pattern is we're going to, I'm assuming, since we put an empty one right here, right, we're going to get each individual word. The pattern is that we take these out, if that makes any sense. So what we're gonna do when we do this, when we enter this string, and again, we're gonna enter the string, we're gonna enter user input.text content here, right? And I should note that we're gonna put string equals user input.text content, because we just need the string. We're going to split the string and then get the length, and that'll give us each individual word. All right, sentence counter, we're going to take we're going to destructure user input.text content, which is already in packed user input, put it in here, and we're going to count each period, and that should give us the amount of sentences. So we got one sentence here. You know what? I just realized I would need an exclamation point too, or question mark. I didn't think about that. Let's see. An array of punctuation. Yeah, punctuation list. And so I'm just going to do some basic ones. Like, so we know we want period. We know we want exclamation point. We know we want that, right? And so what I'm thinking is that we can do, we're going to do punctuation list dot includes element all right, so if this is true, then we're going to increase the sentence count. If not, it's just going to be no. All right, so that works. But you get what we did, right? Take it easy. So we're already iterating through each one with for each, and then we're gonna say if the element is in the punctuation list, then we're gonna increment sentence count. Okay, all right. Just make sure we're on the same page. All right. So then we have density counter. Hold on. What is a density counter? I should know this. Density counter, packed user input. What is the density counter for? I'm already forgetting stuff. Oh, yeah. So the density counter. So we have a vowels list, A, E, I, O, U, and we have a vowels count object, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to iterate through the packed user input, and we're going to look at, it's going to separate it into, again, each individual character in that string. And we're going to say, well, if the element is in the vowels list, right, we're going to take the vowels count object and increment that element. All right. I think that's how that works. That should work. Yeah. All right. And then we have our vowels count object. And okay. So now what we need to do is, now that you guys know where we are, what we need to do now is connect all this stuff. So why don't we start with the vowels count? Actually, let's start with total characters. So let's see, we have, let's go to our, what if the vowel is uppercase? What if the vowel is uppercase? Well, there's a few things that I could do. I could say, I know I could change it to lowercase. I could change the density counter. Let me see if there's a function called let's see. I mean, I could change I could do a case insensitive check would be 2 equals, not 3 equals. It'd be 2 equal sign. This vowels list includes element. Is element, when is that includes strict? What type of, that is a good question. Okay, includes strict. Is it strict comparison? Oh, I would have to do that. Okay, so the easiest thing we could do, in my opinion, the easiest thing we could do, if I can get back to where I was, is just add them. And that's what I'm gonna do so that I can move on with my life. All right. See, I was thinking I could just do element dot to lowercase. Yeah, but we're just gonna do this because I want to finish this project. I don't want to get lost in the sauce right now. So this works. All right. So let's see. We are going to let's see. So the first thing we're going to do, we got our text input area, we got our results, and we want a results card. And then we have our div class, total characters, total result. Okay, so we have total result, word result, and sentence result. Okay. So we're just gonna grab those right quick. So we have const total result equals document.get element by ID, and then we have total result. If you scroll up, I answer all those questions at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if you can see the text, but if you scroll up, all those questions will be answered for you, my friend. Const word result equals document.get element by ID. And I think that was, yes, word result. I just typed that without thinking. I know I just said it out loud, but I think I'm on autopilot. Sentence result equal document.get element by ID, and I'm pretty sure this is sentence sentence result. I am not a CS student. I was getting my master's degree in counseling and human development. I was going to be a counselor. All right. So now, since we have that, we have all of our, what are you coding? If you go to the top of, if you go to the chat and you go to my GitHub and you go to learning roadmap, we're on week 1, and then it'll tell you, I need to start putting all of this into the, and I'm sorry if that sounds rude, then I'm not telling you this and I'm just explaining where you can find the information, but I have to explain this every stream and I'm tired. I'm sorry. Go to my GitHub, go to learning roadmap, and you'll find we're on week 1. Yes, I'm sorry. I love Barney though. I remember watching when I was a kid, I did a lot of autistic shit. And there was a Barney tape that I would watch over and over and over and over again, over hundreds of times. I had problems, I don't know. And I never got bored of it. Let me tell you. In the array are based on destructuring. Actually, now I feel like I'm being a butthole. Let me just link you to it. I find total result is settled to be somewhat confusing and would consider appending something like UI or something like const total result UI or const total result equal const. Nah, that's dope. I did the same with VeggieTales. Oh my god, I'm glad to hear that somebody else did it. Okay, so what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm going to my GitHub because I felt like a butt. I'm just gonna link you. Bam. GitHub. Repositories. Learning roadmap. Character counter. Week 1. Character counter. Premium. That's the project we're working on. Click that. Bam, bam, bam. Next week we work on this. Next week. Bam, 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 bam. Alright. Where are we? Alright, let's see. I find total result, etc. to be somewhat confusing and will consider appending something like UI or something like const total result UI or const UI total result equal const UI word results, etc. Bro, which week are you on? I'm on week 1. But I have been, you can see how long I've been coding. Bam. Boop. I find total result, since they don't actually contain the specified results but a DOM UI field. Understood. Alright, so let's see. So now we are going to, what are we going to do? So we have our this, and now we want to update that. So I wish there was, usually I wonder, there has to be a way to week 1 for 3 months. Okay, so okay, let me think. I know there's a way to constantly check. What was it called? It's not on load. It's a window API functions or something like that. JavaScript. Is that what it is? Okay, is it a window? Yeah. Hold up. Is it a window event which is currently? Are we gonna talk about? Yeah, no, hold on. Event listener load. Is that the one that I want? Cause that's on load, right? Load. Nah, I don't want load. That's the first thing I said because I thought it was called on load, but no, that's not what I want. This is interesting. Because it would be cool to say that, uh, for example, you can set events to different objects. There is a window on load for running once the page is ready. Depends what exactly you're trying to do. Okay, so the page loads once. So I'm not trying to do all that. This is to know when to start evaluating this particular piece of data, right? So it would be cool is if once the user stops typing, then this loads. But I don't know if I want it to load all the time. Like I don't know if I want it to be constant. You know what? I think it would be cool if it was constant. Yeah, that would be cool if it was constant. I like that idea. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. Yeah, I know. Hold on, no. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, let me figure it out first because I'm thinking of a few things. So what I was trying to do was decide on how I wanted it to go. So I know that we can do on key press. I know that we could do on load. I know I was considering, hey, maybe they need to press enter, but how would a user know if they needed to press enter? Because there's no indication on the page that you need to press enter. So I think what I'll do is that as the person types, it'll update. So on key press was, yeah. So we can add an event listener to uh, the I guess the document. All right. Hey, hey, take it easy. Yeah. Don't tell me the answers. And it wouldn't matter if we added it to the text area or the document itself, because there's no other place to enter text on that page. Right? It's not like I can enter text anywhere else. Well, I could press a key. That's true. Alright. So maybe you're right. But still, don't tell me the answer. Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna learn that way. Text area, name, ID, user input. Alright. No, you're good. I'm being like a little kid. I can do it myself, Dad. I can do it myself. No, we want to do it in order. So we want total result. We want word result. No, I appreciate your help. I don't want you to think I don't. I do. I appreciate your help. Take it easy. What do you do? Take it easy. Do you work? Are you a professional? Oh, hey, new. So on key press, we're going to say, Anyway, we're not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry about that. I just had an idea. So we have total result. Oh, that's total characters. I should name that to total. No, we're just going to keep it like that. No, we're going to say total characters result. Word count result and sentence count result. And then, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do analyze text. We're gonna say I might need to put this below. I'm gonna put this right here. So we have update total character. What do you? Okay, update total character result. Total character result dot text content equals. Guys, should I study from Free Code Camp JavaScript course or the Odin project? You should just start. You should just start. You should just start. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Choose a resource, stick to it, learn, make stuff. Like, do that. Do that. Stop asking where you need to start and all that stuff. That's just procrastination. You procrastinate. You already know what you need to do. You should 100%. just start. Like, for real. Yeah. Okay, I like that answer. I like that answer. Yeah. Yes. Pick the free one. Stop worrying about all the extra stuff. Just start, man. All right. So the next thing we're gonna do, so by the way, what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to update. Oh man, where am I? Okay. So we're trying to update this right here on key press. Thanks to Take It Easy. Yeah, Take It Easy. Make sure you join the Discord. And do you work professionally? Take It Easy, or are you learning too? Because that was very insightful. You seem to know exactly what needed to be done. All right. So what we're doing now is that after every key press, right? Oh, there's a character limit here. Hold on. Why can't I type in this? That's weird. The Olden Project. What just happened? Oh, prevent default was messing that up. Interesting. The Olden Project for a more realistic approach for learning. Free code camp if you are new to programming. Now I gotta chime in. If you are a CS student, I think top is more appropriate. It just has a lot of reading. You shouldn't need prevent default. You were right. I didn't need prevent default. I have a habit of putting prevent default just because I learned that early on, but you were right. But I'm glad that I saw this now, that doing prevent default on the add event listener on a text area prevents you from being able to type. Did not know that. Prevents typing in text area elements. Okay, so what I recommend for learning, I'm going to say this again, and if you scroll up, you'll see all the stuff, and I'm going to start putting this in the description of every single video, okay? Every single video. So this is what I use. All right, are y'all ready? All right, so if we go to Udemy, we go to this guy right here. Okay, so let me go in order. There's a guy called Brad Traversy. All right, Brad is awesome. Brad has an awesome HTML and CSS course that I took. This one right here. This is a great course. I recommend this. Modern HTML and CSS from the beginning 2.0, right? Hold on. Take out that coupon code, put this, hold on, no, maybe we should add the coupon code, put that, and bam, boom. Okay, the next thing I do, and now this goes hand in hand with Take It Easy. I know these seem paid for now, but hold on, wait a minute. Jonas Smetman, great course. He used to run boot camps and stuff. He's amazing. He knows JavaScript really well. This is one of the best-selling courses on Udemy. 230,000 ratings practically. All right. Bam. So, thank you. It is a chill stream. Okay, so we got the complete JavaScript course 2025 from zero to expert. Okay, so you got your HTML. You got your JavaScript, but the problem is that you will never learn this stuff if you just keep following tutorials. So you need something that's gonna, like, you know, hammer it into you, and that's where this next one comes in. Front End Mentor. So here's the cool thing about Front End Mentor. Front End Mentor has challenges, right? So let's see. We're gonna go. Let's look up some free ones because you might not want to pay for it, right? And so we go from easiest to hardest. So here's the one that everybody starts with the QR code component, and it goes in. It increases in difficulty as you go down, right? And you can have different things going on. For example, like let's say we go to hardest to easiest, right? And then So we have, look, this rock, paper, scissors game, which is also on the roadmap. Let's go to the roadmap right here. Hello, how you doing, man? Are you from Nigeria? All right, so we got the tic-tac-toe game right here, right? It's on our learning roadmap. No, that's the rock, paper, scissors, my bad. But tic-tac-toe is somewhere in the premium. All right. So then we have, and then they go into things that have APIs, right? And then we have calculators and weather apps and launch countdown, all this stuff. So then you learn, right? You learn the theory, and then you apply that in these front end mentor lessons, right? Right. And then hold on, wait, there's more. Then we go to, let's say we go to ChatGPT, right? Now, hold on, wait a minute now. You don't use ChatGPT to tell you the answers, right? So, for example, people have seen me on the stream learning a few things, right? Especially, like, for example, let's go somewhere. So, okay, so watch this. I asked ChatGPT. This is what I asked ChatGPT. I was learning. I was learning how to destructure arrays. So this is what I asked ChatGPT. I said, "Hey, I just learned how to destructure arrays in JavaScript. Hey, I just learned how to destructure arrays in JavaScript, but I need to reinforce the knowledge with some problems. Can you give me some problems to solve involving destructuring arrays to cement my understanding? Repetition is the father of learning." That's a Lil Wayne quote. And what did ChatGPT say? It said, absolutely, repetition really is the father of learning. Great mindset. Here's a progressive set of JavaScript array destructuring exercises, starting simple and gradually getting trickier. Try to solve each using destructuring only. No direct indexing. And so then it gave me some word problems that I solved. And so if you look at some of the streams, you'll see me solving these, right? Right? Okay, so that's what I use ChatGPT for. ChatGPT is used to create problems for me to solve, not to give me an answer, but for problems so I can cement my knowledge. That is what I use ChatGPT for. That is what I use Gemini for. Okay. So we got that. So we have our HTML and CSS course. We have our JavaScript course. We have our front-end mentor to cement our knowledge. We have AI giving us word problems to solve. Right? So now let me give you another resource from somebody in our Discord. And I do and I do have another I have somebody in our we have somebody in our Discord. If we go to resources, did I pin it in resources? It should have been pinned in resources. It's going to be pinned now. Hold on, why isn't it pinned? Okay, yeah. If you go to resources and you go to pin, we have a guy named Taylor in our Discord. If you go to his GitHub, the link is right here, GitHub FFG Flash JavaScript Learning Exercises. Right? I'm going to link this. He will take you from zero to hero, kinda. He goes through it. He's a professional. He works in the field. He just started a new job from his old job. And I think he does mostly, I think he's full stack. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Okay. So he'll take you, and the cool thing about this is that if we go here, we can see that he has exercises, right? So you go to functions, you learn about functions, and then you go to the exercise and you do the JavaScript exercise. So there you go. Another thing, are y'all ready for the next thing? All right, the next thing I did when I so I started off doing JavaScript because I actually like doing JavaScript at first. If you scroll all the way down, you'll see I did, where is it? I tried the admin of code, never again. Where is it? Is it the JavaScript sandbox? Let me go to my stars. Okay, yeah, I went to this and I did some 30 days of JavaScript stuff. The first JavaScript project I ever did was this drum kit. Bam. All right. And the reason, so I started off doing some of these. Can you use KB? I don't know what KB is. What's KB? Okay. So, keyboard. Oh, yeah. I think so, yeah. Yep. So you'll have to implement click and key down. All right. So that's that, right? So we got that. We got all of that. Okay. Next. Here's the big one. Now remember, what Take It Easy said was that they needed to, he said take the free option, right? He said take the free option. Now the first two set of resources I gave you, which was on Udemy, which is Brad Traversy's HTML and CSS course, and Jonas Smetman's JavaScript mastery course, are paid. Now, there are some of the courses will go for $14.99 and all that jazz, and you can pick up these courses for this one is, well, it's $40 right now. Usually they'll put them at $15 or whatever, but this one is very popular. What I did was I went to, because I'm a Houston resident, my local library, the Harris County Public Library, gives you free access to Udemy Business. Okay? And they'll show you how to get access to all of Udemy for free. Also, we were talking about this on the beginning of the stream. Are you ready? Bilibili. Now, I recently was curious about the Chinese social media equivalents. And Bilibili, I don't know why it says Bilibili is not YouTube, but when you type in what is the Chinese equivalent to YouTube, Bilibili comes up. And I don't think anything is wrong with saying that. But Bilibili has some different features on it, and I like the user interface, is real cool. Here's the thing. I don't know how copyright works in China, but if you go to Bilibili and you type in JavaScript, this course will come up. The entire thing for free. The entire thing for free. I don't advocate doing that. I mean, I don't know why it's like that. I don't know if it's going to be changed. I definitely supporting this man because he is a family man and he gives some amazing advice. You might have to play some of his videos at 1.5 to 2 times speed because, I mean, he is thorough, but you'll see what I mean if you get the course. Here's some free resources. Brad Traversy. This guy's pretty cool. He has a cool accent. You go to Traversy Media. You go here. You go to he has courses. Look at that. Look at all of this stuff, man. Look at all of that. Look at all that. Bam. Here's another one. Bro Code. Bro Code, JavaScript tutorials. This is a great one. Oh my god. Okay, so let me answer the question. The question was how much you study now based on your roadmap. Alright, so the roadmap was created last week by the suggestion of one of the people on the channel and in the Discord. His name is, I'm going to give him credit where his credit is due. If we scroll up, Show your viewers what is your roadmap and what role exactly you are aiming for, then start learning it. Otherwise, you're already wasting lots of time by jumping here and there. That's what Siraj said. So then we created a roadmap. And if we go to the GitHub, JavaScript knowledge is the freest thing online. Okay, so we got profile, repositories. Oh, well, first, if you look at an overview of my GitHub, you'll see that I really started making a contribution. My first contribution was on August 30th. During these first 2 weeks, I was learning how to use Git. How did I learn Git? Bam. Free. I learned how to use Git. I took notes because Git, for some reason in my mind, I did not understand Git, but now I use it every day. And I like my green squares. I'm addicted to my green squares. I will fight you over my green squares. All right. So we got the Odin project. We got Billy. We got Front End Mentor. Of course, we know Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp has a lot of good stuff on it, even on their YouTube page. I recently watched a video on Free Code Camp, and it was talking about let's see, where's the video? You want to feel better about the job market? The guy who created Free Code Camp talks about it right here with another guy, where they start talking about how the whole AI movement is pretty much BS and hiring junior devs is going to happen. All right, there you go. You want some feel-good stuff from some knowledgeable people? There you go. This happened 2 weeks ago, 65,000 views, the most views they've had in the last 3 weeks on a video. There you go for that. We got bro code. Okay, if you want to know some stuff about CSS, Kevin Powell. I spent a whole month on CSS, and I was very serious about that because I did not like the fact that I did not know CSS. And now I feel very comfortable with CSS. I rarely have an issue unless it's a specificity issue, which is usually a skill issue. So here's Kevin Powell. Bam, Kevin Powell. So we got Kevin Powell. What other resource do we need? We got so we went to Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp is cool because they also try to get you to do some open source stuff. So if we go to the Free Code Camp GitHub, let's see, how does this work? We go to issues, and then we can say yeah, I do. Okay, so we go to labels, and then we go to first timers only, and it'll tell you which ones, something about AI generated pull requests. Okay, there you go. You can do your first open source contribution right there. Bam. What else? I think that's all I got for now. There's free resources out there. There's paid resources out there. There's a way to get the paid resources for free legally. There's a way to get the paid resources for free illegally. I don't know if watching it on Billy is illegal. If it's legal in China, I don't know. Yep, there we go. There's W3 schools. W3 schools. All right. As you can see, I use that a lot when I get stuck sometimes. We got W3 schools. Let's add that to the thing. There's also JavaScript. Is it simplified? No. It's a site that another group uses. W3 Schools is good. Oh, and here's the one thing that we all forgot. Are y'all ready? Drum roll, please. The MDN documentation. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. My God. Oh no. Oh, but that is a good mention. Stack Overflow. D-O, D-O-G. Oh, the light. I use Opera GX so I can just right click force dark mode. Another reason I like Opera GX. People say Opera GX uses so much power or RAM or memory or resources or whatever. These computers and these phones could literally power like several spaceships from, I don't know, the 70s or 80s or something. So I think we'll be okay. Let's see. So we have Stack Overflow. You can also go to the Discord and go to the resources tab. Bam. All right, my God. I've done it. I've said what I had to say. Those are the resources. What's another thing? Yes, y'all should go to the resources and y'all should post everything here. Just post it. Just post it. So next time somebody comes in this chat, we can smack them. Smack them into the Discord. Smack them into the resources channel. Yes, it is time to code. And I'm gotta breathe. Gotta breathe. Oh man. All right. What's crazy is that tonight I know I am going to be writing everything that I just said down. Everything that I just said, I'm going to be writing down. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. So back to our project. Finally, we are back. And if anybody, I don't know if you can rewind alive, but I have said what I had to say. Okay, so if y'all want to see some resources, y'all can ask the chat, rewind, or scroll up. I am done on this stream, at least for today. I'm sure tomorrow I'll be saying the same stuff. All right. Web development was cool for me up until I had to start using APIs. Oh, I guess we're not finished. MDN has an API JavaScript tutorial. Oh my God. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on, where is it? No. API? No. Fetch. Where is it, man? It was a whole like little. There was a whole little video that I made. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. I made like a whole little video on this. Oh man, I was deep into the CSS dungeon. I remember that. The MDN JSON challenge. Yes. Did I post it in here? This was on day 5. Working with JSON. Yes, it does have a JavaScript tutorial itself. Working with JSON. There we go. That's my last thing that I'm giving you guys today. Now leave me alone and let me code in peace. Look at my bald head, my beautiful bald head. Who would have thought I went from day 5 to day 51? Anyway. All right. So what were we doing? So on our key presses, we took like a whole journey. So on key press, we are going to we're going to update total characters results. And wait, we have to tell people our CS code name. Our CS. Hold on, where is it? How do we get to? Is it Control T? Yeah. Okay. Aura dark soft text. Aura dark soft text. It's just gonna be on key press. This is gonna be on key press until we decide if this doesn't work. Okay, so update total character results. So what we want to do is we want to run the analyze text dot character counter, and we want to enter packed user input, right? Which is the user input dot text, which is a text area string destructured and put into the packed user input. Key press is deprecated. How dare you? How dare you say such travesties? Okay. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna put? Key. We're gonna put key down. Fine. This is deprecated. That is deprecated. Fine. I'll fork it in undeprecated. I believe you. So we're just gonna use key down. Okay, we're gonna use key down. And so when we do total characters result, we want to use the analyze text. We want to get the analyze text object, run the character count, put the destructured text content into the character count, and we want to update. We want to say total character result dot text content equal analyze text dot character count. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to see if this works. It does not. It does not work. And that's because we probably did something wrong. So let's see. So we got total characters results, which is the ID. So we got ID. Let's close that. We got results. We got what did I call this? Total characters. Total result. Let's see. Let's go to. Oh, we're still live, right? Yeah. Let's go to inspect element console. We're going to do total character result dot text content. Okay. And if we say equals analyze text dot not character count but word count. No. Yeah. Character count. Oh, I'm silly. It's a function. I just use a reference. All right. Are you gonna update, baby? It's not updating. I'm naming things wrong. That's the problem. Oh, shit. It's working. um so look, in real time. Why is it going up so much? We need to set we need to revert all these to 0. So I'm going to create a function that reverts all of them to 0, but for now I'm going to do analyze text dot character count equal 0. Now it doesn't want to update. Okay. Let me think about this. There should be no... Oh, I see. Why don't we just go ahead and... Yeah, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it. All right. So we set those to 0. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just remove this lorem. All right. So that's working better. All right. We're just gonna use key press for now. And we every time we key press, we console dialog, but then we want to do analyze text dot character counter, and we put oh. I see the problem. The problem is this right here. I know nothing about coding and happening to accidentally stumble upon your channel through YouTube recommendation. Keep up the great work, bro, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Muhammad. Rooftop Juice Box. That's one of my favorite names so far. That's a nice thing. What is that one? That is, we do Control K, then Control T, right? It is Aura Dark Soft Text. All right. So now we're trying to figure out why this is not updating. But it is, we know that it's working, but something is not right. All right. So what I want to do is I'm going to CLG current user input. So, okay, hold on. So if I do, why is current user input always? Hold on, user input dot text content. That's weird. Oh. Oh, I see. I see. Something is wrong. Okay. Let me see. So first, the user input text content for some reason is not registering. But why is that? So if we put this here, can we do console.clear? Is that a... Do you think it has it in its value? Let's see. No, no, no. Okay, so even if that is true, it doesn't matter if it did, because I was hold on. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, that's what you mean. Oh. Okay. Well, let's do that then. Let's do user input dot, is it value? Oh. Ah! But I don't want to use key down. All right. Ah! But the problem, look at that, look at that, look at that. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. So it looks like, and it's not going back to 0. So we type in A. Okay, the first A didn't register. Okay, now we got 3. Now we got 6. It's adding 2. Now we got 5, and it multiply. Okay, so why? So it's adding. Something ain't right. So we gotta. Okay. So I should reset to 0 now. Okay. So should I say? I have ascended. I have ascended. I have ascended. I have become incredible. My God. My goodness. Coding like a bizos. My God. Oh. All right. So we got that. We should probably wrap this in a function. We should probably wrap this in a function. Next, analyze text dot word counter. So in our word counter, we're putting a string. In the word counter, we are putting a string. Try typing first character again. I thought, yeah, it didn't register, but we're gonna hey. We're gonna ignore that for now and take our win. I'm gonna come back to that. Okay. So it didn't. It registered everything but the first one. So we're gonna come. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that. Let's just get this. Let's just get this working for now. All So the next thing we're going to do is, so we got analyze text, we got word counter, and we already have, so in the word counter, function, we're entering a string. So we're user input dot text content. No, we're going to enter user input dot value. All right. And then we're going to say word count result dot text content equal analyze text dot character dot word count. We're going to go to word count. We're going to say word count equals 0. Hi, my name is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so something is wrong with how we're hi, my name is Chris and I code every day until I become a web developer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's adding 1. So let's just make a note here. Oh, hold on. We're going to come back and fix it. I just want to get it working for now. We're going to come back and fix it. Adding 1 for some reason. Not registering first character for some reason. Hey, what's up, RPs? All right, now we're gonna do the sentence count. All right. We're just gonna go ahead and do this dot sentence count equals 0, and that probably has something to do with why these things are acting weird. We're gonna cross that bridge in a second. We're gonna do analyze text dot sentence counter. We're gonna put in, bro, how you understand logic in building? I'm still stuck in HTML CSS. Hold on, I'll answer that in a second. Okay, so we're entering an array, and no, this was a string. We're entering current user input. Yeah, current user input. And then we are spliffy time. Yeah, I would wrap that into an analyze function end of day, as you said earlier. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I would wrap that into an analyze function. Oh, you're right. This is a good thing that I crossed. So now that I have all of this logic grouped together, and I need to use all of it at one time, could I create a function? I could create a function that takes two parameters. Yeah, we're gonna visit that. We're gonna visit that in a section because there's something new I learned and I want to try that. Okay, so now we have sentence count result dot text content equal analyze text sentence count. Hi, my name is Chris and I really enjoy bacon and eggs, period. Up, one sentence. First I scramble the eggs What? After I scramble. Okay. So we already found our first problem. Hi, my name is Chris. I like, whoa. Oh, okay. So every time I type, it's checking. Okay. So this was okay. This was okay. So bam, 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 bam. But once we press space, oh. Yeah, okay. I think this will fix it. Hi, my name is Chris. Bacon, cheese, lettuce, onions. Take it easy, yeah. All right, we got that working. Now we need to do this part. Let me stretch a little bit. Oh man. Oh man. Alright. I'm getting old, y'all. I'm an old man. I'm an old man. Okay, so while I take this short little break, do we have any questions? Somebody asked, I know 24M Johnson said I need to go back, and I will, Johnson. I will go back, and because the first character, I'm gonna change all these. First, I just want to get this functionality working. Hey, I'm new here, so I don't know if you try, but why not use regex instead of includes encounter function? Okay, so you're right, and I do have a project where I use regex, and I'll go to it right now. I'll show you. So we, if we go to the GitHub, and we go to profile, and we go to repositories, and we go to the password generator, and we go to the script.js, we will see somewhere in here, here we go. Here's some regex for you. Ooh. Bam, regex. But to answer your question, the reason I am not using regex, the reason I'm not using regex is because I'm learning new array functions, and this learning new array functions, learning destructuring. So what I try to do, and I'm gonna say this again, is as I learn new things, I try to implement them in the project. So for example, if we go back, we go to the learning roadmap. In the learning roadmap, you'll see it says the goal is to use destructuring and spread operators for live text analysis, right? So we learn and then we implement. We learn and then we implement. We learn and then we implement. We do that over and over. So next week you'll see the goal is to master, map, and filter and handle dynamic JSON data. There you go. And let's be clear. if I was going to use some regex, which I'm not going to devote too much time to trying to learn regex right now, I would have to go somewhere and copy and paste it. But with this, I already know what's going on, right? I know how this works. And I just learned includes in sum recently. So that's that. I hope that answers your question. Do we have any other? Somebody said, bro, how you understand logic and building? I'm still stuck in HTML, CSS, Tailwind, CSS. HTML, TSS, Tailwind. So, yeah, it would. I really believe it would. And I feel like this is easier, way easier on the eyes. Way easier on the eyes. We know what it does. Yeah. Okay, so the question was, how do I understand all this? What am I doing? Okay. Somebody said start from the basics. Number one, I don't use any frameworks. A lot of people come in, can you try copy from Lerm text and paste it to your text box? Yeah, let me do that. This is about to, I already know this is gonna give me some anxiety. Oh, I can't do Lorem in the HTML part. I mean, in the CSS. Let's go here. Let's go to. Now I don't know if this will work. Okay, no, the copy and paste doesn't work because copy and paste is bro's break just went proof all of a sudden. Haha, baited on a free question. So the issue is that the event listener is based on key down. It's not based on copy and paste. Yeah, we would need another event. Yeah. So, but I appreciate you. Hold on. Didn't Johnson just? Oh no, that was Ning's side. I thought it was Johnson who said that. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, we our event is for key presses, not for copy and paste. But we can, man, there's a whole different thing for copy and paste because I did that on one project and I was like, man, I feel like copy and paste could be so much easier. I feel like copying and pasting should be so much easier, but it's not. But I guess that's the separation between JavaScript and what's going on your actual computer and not touching that. I don't know. On change. Oh, that's an event. On change is an event. On change event. Oh, AI then took me down the rabbit hole. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's another thing we learned today. Do we have any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Y'all got New Year's resolutions? I think Python is easier than Java because it looks like plain text. Java, the stereotype is that it's very verbose. I personally prefer C# over Java. My advice, hello, I just started with HTML and CSS. I am going for JavaScript. Any advice? Okay. So my advice is from the position of a learner. There's other people in the chat who come from the position of either being further ahead of me in their learning journey or actually working professionally. So from my perspective as somebody who's currently learning JavaScript, I believe that in order to cement the knowledge in your mind, you should first learn theory, go through a tutorial, learn the theory, and as soon as you learn a new concept, you implement that in a project, or you implement it in a project, and you do exercises, preferably exercises before the project. So, say for instance, you learn how to use arrays, you learn pop, push, shift, and unshift. The next step is to do exercises on pop, shift, um, pop, pop, push, shift, and unshift, right? You do some exercises, and then you try to find a project you can do, right? That'll help cement that knowledge. So then you can say, okay, I know how to use arrays. I'm pretty sure there'll be. I'm slightly backwards. I want to make this multi-threaded, and then I learn multi-threading, or I want to make a socket server, so then I learn how to do it. I mean this with all respect, as someone scared of AI taking over cyber the field, and I want to go, what will you do to not allow AI to take your job? It feels like it can do everything these days. I am not concerned with that because it's more. I don't believe AI is going to take over okay, AI is not taking over anything, because let me tell you something. If AI could do more than create pretty pictures and hallucinate code, then I think there would be some fear. If it was general intelligence, it's not even really AI, it's machine learning at this point. AI is a tool. It's not a, I wouldn't when they created the hammer or the power drill, they didn't say, okay, now we're going to fire the worker. No, the drill is a tool and AI is a tool, right? It's not supposed to replace anybody. This whole replacement idea is because there's a very small group of people who wanted to benefit. Like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all a story, and I told this story on a few videos back. During the pandemic, AI can do anything like destroy the whole project because of bad prompt. This whole vibe coding thing will end in a few years. I feel like it will probably end by the end of 2026. Okay, or early 2027. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. During the pandemic, I was in some game development servers, and everybody was hyping up VR, right? Everybody was hyping up VR. And I took a good look at the metaverse. I got my Oculus on. I went in there and I did the whole thing. And after I had some experiences with it, I said to the people in that server who were gung ho about VR, I said, I don't think that VR. I don't think that VR is gonna work. And I said that VR isn't gonna work because it doesn't have a cult hit like the Game Boy had Pokemon, right? And that pushed people to buy the Game Boy. And it was a cultural, it was a defining moment. Plus, the whole point of the Game Boy was that the ease of use. You could carry it in your pocket. We went from, the Super Nintendo and the Sega on the floor to now you have something in your pocket. Now, just track with me. Just stay with me. I'm going somewhere with this. And I said, hey, I don't think this is gonna work. I don't think. And everybody was like, no. You don't know what you're talking about, Chris. You don't know what you're talking about. This within the last 3 months, Meta has decided that it is going to cut its investment into Meta. Well, not Meta, but VR, Oculus. Okay, so I'm saying today that the reason AI won't take over and why that ties into what I just said is because it feels like the money comes from the attention that we give something new. VR felt new. It felt like something revolutionary at the time. And so I think they get a lot of money from us paying attention and clicking and viewing and then people begin to invest and da 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 da, and all this money is made. And I think that's the same with AI. I think they need to hype it up. Yes, AI will be the next VR. VR is here to stay, but it's not what we thought it was. It's going to be there one day, but not today. It will be there one day, right? It's just that it isn't where it needs to be yet. But there's so much money in hyping it up and talking about it. Look at all the videos that were made this year. Look at all the depression and the woes and all of the all of the different the malaise, the pervasive negativity that was going on in people that were learning to code and currently in the industry, and all the layoffs and this and that and that and the other. So I don't know what spintronics are. So I don't believe there'll ever be a time in human history where we can disregard the human experience and the well-being of the people of our neighbors and profit and truly, truly, truly push society and profit. It's not that they can't figure out AGI, it's when they're gonna do it. It's not it's not that they won't figure it out. Cause I mean the whole funny thing to say these days is, oh, we made rocks talk and think. I mean, once you begin once you use light to etch on, we're past the idea that this won't ever happen. It's just how much time it will take at this point. But the problem is that it is just so profitable to hype things up and to create the speculation and to have the news talking about it and to have politicians talking about it and to have the common man and woman, the woman and man talking about it, and everybody else talking about it and talking about it and building. I'm a millennial. I've lived through some crazy things, and there's people older, two times, three times older than I am, who have lived through some crazy things too. We're just in a there's the up, and then there's the down, and then eventually we go up, and then we're gonna go up, down, up, down, up, down. We're in a down, or we're in the middle of a down, going down, or maybe we're in the down. I think we're in the down because people are trying to make us think that we're not in the down. Okay. I think that was enough of a break. um, I think we can get back to coding. I might end the stream in the next 7 minutes. Uh, Chris, will you use any AI in your future projects? I don't plan on it. I don't plan on it. I don't plan on using AI in any of my projects. Not anytime soon. I feel like I'll have AI will be there, and it'll be very tempting, and we'll get it to work, and it's gonna be great. Yeah. Yo, Arnavis Singh, what part of India are you from? Daniel, AI makes it so hard for me to learn coding. Okay, I'm going to comment on that and then we're going to end the stream. Daniel said, AI makes it so hard for me to learn coding. AI is not making it hard for you to learn coding. I have access to the same AI tools you have. You have made a choice to use AI. You have and it's more your relationship with learning than your relationship with AI. Do you actually want to learn how to code? If you go to my day zero video, you will see me talk about how I want mastery over something, how I have a passion for coding, how I actually enjoy doing it, right? And so you might need to ask yourself, like, what is your goal? What is your relationship with coding? What is your vision for your life? Things like that. Because if you're going to use AI and stunt your growth like that, and it's going to come, it's like you wouldn't want a surgeon using ChatGPT. You just wouldn't. So why would you nerf yourself like that? So you need to ask yourself those questions. You need to ask yourself, why are you deciding not to learn and become competent? Why are you using this crutch? That's what you should ask yourself. Like, what are you really doing this for? Do you actually want to code, or maybe there's something else you want to do? Maybe you want to be an entrepreneur. Maybe you want to be a doctor or a lawyer. Maybe there's something else you want to do. But if you're using ChatGPT to solve all your coding problems, you need to take a step back. And you're using all these LLMs, ChatGPT, Claude, Cursor, Copilot, all these things to do your code for you. You need to, and you're currently in the learning phase of your journey. I think you need to take a step back and think about why you're doing this. I mean, again, for the people that are learning, you're funny. So, so I was one of those people that was in college and I was just getting a degree to get a degree. And I think I was trying to figure it out. And I have a friend that is currently kind of trying to find his purpose as well. And he's in a computer science program. You have to really decide whether you want to do this or not. And once you decide whether you want to do it or not, then making 51 videos and streaming every day will become extremely easy. If you haven't figured it out and you don't know what your purpose is and you don't have a vision, then taking that first step and doing anything coding related, doing it in the right way, is going to be an extremely arduous process. And you might quit because you seem more obsessed with the goal than you are obsessed with the process. You're more obsessed with the it's like those athletes. We see them perform on the field, but we don't see all the practice they did behind. They have to be in love with the whole sport. There's no cheating there. They have to be in love with the whole sport. You're not in love with the sport of coding. Or maybe you just need to figure it out. So anyway, I'm going to do we have any more questions before I head out? Do we have any more questions before I head out? Thank you. I like the bird. Yesterday, the other day, it was a pair of monkeys. That's a bird. All right. Well, it was fun talking to all of you guys. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all know I do this every day. Everybody that came in, please join the Discord server. It's in the pinned comment. If you join the Discord server, you will be happy. Yes, we have a community or Discord. It's in the pinned comment. Yeah. Here it is right here. Oh my God. Look, people are joining. People are joining. Join. Join us. Okay? Join us. Be one of us. All right? I need to start posting more resources, more projects. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start posting so that people can stop asking me these questions. I'm going to just start posting all of this under the description. And I'm going to be like, look at the description. So that's probably what I'm going to do tonight off stream. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We have streamed for 2 hours today. I have given the information. I have done the thing. Y'all have a wonderful day, night. Happy New Year. I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.